back to Pegcity Soundoff. The first, this is the second one. This is the Where's Matt Dara session.
Yeah.
We are wondering where Matt Dara is.
It's like Winnipeg's Where's Waldo?
Yeah. He's probably looking for that green jacket. He thinks I owe him for the his 10th appearance on here.
Or you could be like, only lose 2 games all year.
Unbelievable. I can't believe this.
I can't believe this either. Like, he's just never
This is so
MIA.
rare.
Yeah, I mean, the real question here really is there's 2 questions, guys. Where's Matt Dara? And what the hell are we doing on here together?
Yes, I guess
Brandon can take this over.
Brandon can take this over.
Let's welcome Brandon, the second American on the second American in 115 episodes. Not bad. Coming all the way from New Martinsville, West Virginia. Brandon, I would like to say you're a stranger to Winnipeg, but anyone who's watched collab season knows exactly who you are. You've been on there before. Give us a little intro. Who are you? What are you doing on here tonight? What are we talking about?
Well, everybody already knows my name. So from New Martinsville, well, originally from Pegcity. Now I reside in New Martinsville. Matt and I started this. He started first, and then him and I just kind of got together back during the pandemic, and the floodgates opened, and one thing led to another, and we're 70. I'm waiting for him to pop in any minute and say, no, we're on number 80. But,
I think it may be more than that, Brandon.
I don't even know what number we're on. We've done so many.
I'd say somewhere maybe in the 80s, yeah.
I thought 79 was you have to forgive me, because once you get past so many, you just they all just start running together.
Exactly. So everyone on the panel tonight has been on collab season. Curtis, you were just on Motorhead one, I believe, right? Motorhead? Did you do Motorhead? Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Ronnie, you've been on there. Rusty, you've been on there. That was my introduction to Rusty, actually. That's the first time I ever saw you.
Oh.
You did. Actually, Curtis, you were on that. You were on that one as well.
Oh, I hear remnants of Matt.
Yeah.
It is number 80. You guys are on number 80.
Number 80 now. Yeah, Rusty and Curtis, you two were on a episode together. What song was it?
All We Are.
By Warlock.
That's it. And that might have been, that was probably one of the first ones I saw, as I kind of came in late on this, but that's right. And then Curtis, you were just on with Graham as well, right?
Yep.
Joe, you've been on there. Ronnie, you've been on there. You went on there with Brandon, I believe.
That's right.
Oh, the best episode of the whole show was the Molly Hatchet cover between the two of you. Yeah, I watched that with my jaw on the floor.
That was so sick. Brandon, I'm still in awe of your guitar playing. I'm just like, oh my God, man, you're so killer.
Oh, bro, you have no idea. The feeling is mutual.
When we were working on it and I was like working on my tracks and I was listening to yours, I was like, man, you got the tone, the feeling. Like I was just like, I really got up my game here.
Well, I appreciate that. And it was an absolute pleasure to get to rip up some licks and trade them with you, man. I mean, just, I'm in the same boat as you are. The admiration is between the two of us. Or, I listen to you. I watch your videos all the time. Like, holy moly! I'm like watching you do that, rip that dime back stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't even have a freaking clue. I got no business even trying.
That's unbelievable hearing you two talk like that, because you're both well established and high praise.
I gotta say, man, Brandon, your Ted Nugent fucking guitar, you just nailed it, man.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Nugent, man. You fucking nailed it perfectly.
I'm a diehard Nugent guy.
Me too, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's why my nickname's the River City Madman.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Jen. Jen is tuned in. Jen, we're playing the epic game of Let's
Where's
Find
Matt?
Matt Dara. The winner gets a Pegcity Soundoff mug. If we can locate Matt, I just realized
I've known the guy for like really well for 2 years. Just over 2 years. He's never done this before.
I know.
I'm very shocked, honestly, that he's not here.
Well,
and I'm gonna beat the shit out of him when I see him later.
I'll that because he was in West Virginia, my neck of the woods, for 5 days, and there wasn't a day that any time he was always here before the time he was supposed to be here.
Yeah, he runs like clockwork.
This is a rarity.
He probably fell asleep, Jen says. I just realized I said everyone on the panel's been on the collab season, but I also was on a collab season. And I completely forgot about it until now. Thinking about who was on that one. And Rusty, I think you were supposed to be on that one. But
I was so sick. I lost my voice. There was no way.
So who took your spot?
I don't think anybody did.
Matt Dara filled in.
Oh, Matt did,
vocals.
yeah.
Matt Dara filled in.
I know. I wanted. It was like one of my favorite artists, and I wanted to be on there so bad. And
what song was it?
It was Sleeping Sickness.
Oh yeah.
Oh
and
yeah.
I had no voice, and then I came in a week later and I did the Wasp, and everyone's like, "Oh wow, you're like you were very like calm and quiet about it." And I was like, "Oh, I had like no voice." I hated that. Like,
oh yeah, looking back on it, so I know, obviously I understand how he does his stuff, and the process. He's pretty strict in there. I tried to go venture out a little bit off the beaten path of the song, and he reeled me back in. So really cool, though. I really appreciate what he does. It's cool to hear some of these songs being redone, and I know there's been some success with having the original artists reach out as well. So that's super cool. I think we go back to the Firehouse episode for that one.
Yeah. That was really cool. Bill Leverty, the lead guitar player, was the first one to give the props and the thumbs up to that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then CJ Snare, rest in peace. He actually messaged me personally on Instagram and said that he said he couldn't get the link to open up if I could send it to him, because Matt had it posted on Instagram and it wouldn't go through. They were on tour at the time. So he said, "Send me the link." So I sent him the link, and 5 minutes later, my phone blows up, and he goes, "Wow!" He goes, "That was so good." He goes, he just went on and on and on about it. He said, "It was so close." He said, "There's only one thing that was in there." He said that wasn't there. That was, I forget what he said. I'd have to go back and reiterate, but he said that was the closest cover. He said that was the closest that he's ever heard anybody cover Firehouse.
Nice.
Crazy. And you had Kevin Hogg on vocals on that one, I believe.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
He's so good. He was just back home here. He just played New Year's Eve.
Yeah, Matt and I went to see him.
Did you?
Yeah.
He came to see Deadlight on the 2nd.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's something else.
Yeah, absolutely. Curtis, this is your first time being on here, so welcome to Pegcity Soundoff. I mean, we just chat with bands, and you've been involved with me though. You played the metal show at Bulldogs, Ruth's show that she put on. Super cool. Tell me about your experience with collab season.
Well, I think I played a gig with On the Fly. That's where I met Matt. He's playing covers that I didn't know nobody anybody else knew. Twisted Sister, what was it? Shoot 'Em Down, and then Jawbreaker by Judas Priest. So I was talking to him. Added each other on socials there, and then that's how I discovered Rusty singing another cover I didn't know anybody else knew, Metal Queen.
Yeah.
I think I finally found the perfect voice to sing Warlock. So yeah, just
Thank
got
you.
involved from there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean
Other people that used to play live with in different bands, and got them involved. And yeah, here we are.
awesome. I mean, this is the group of people out here right now. This is quite something. There's a lot of talent in the oh my god, there's a lot of talent here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you.
Is he on?
There's one.
Hi,
Where'd he
He's
go?
gone.
Matt, where'd you go? There he is.
There he
Oh
is.
my god.
Where the heck
Fucking
is that?
there's Waldo.
I think I fell asleep or something. I
Nah,
don't know.
hey, call it what it is. Call it what
Oh,
it is.
That's what
Gen
I said
one.
too.
Jen won the contest.
She
Now,
did.
you was huffing airplane glue in a sandwich bag.
What's wrong with that?
No,
Let's go. Give it up for the glue.
Had to update the title here. Matt, welcome to the show. We've been talking about these collab seasons that have happened and the success of having the original artist reach out, and everyone's kind of said a piece of what they've done here. Well, except for Joe. Joe hasn't really talked much. She's been bragging about 2 losses for the Avalanche. Matt, kind of take it away here. We were trying to figure out what we're doing here. Then we played Winnipeg's version of Where's Waldo, and Jen won a mug, saying you probably fell asleep. So, get us up to date here. What's going on?
that's my best guess for starters. So just what exactly was the conversation like before I got on here? Before I really get into
Oh,
it?
don't worry about it.
You're
We'll
gonna have
watch
to
it
tune
later.
in.
I'm
You
just
have to
so
tune in.
fucking embarrassed that it's my show with all you, and I don't even come to it on time. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Hey,
But
We've
anyway,
been
just-
You did that on
just
purpose
like-
for shock value.
yes, 10.
10.
First off, 10. I need my
10.
green jacket. I am diamond certified now.
Did I not say he's probably gonna bug me about the green jacket?
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
damn it,
So-
Joel.
So anyway, basically,
Here we go.
well, we did. Sorry, I'm just like the I don't know what to say because I came on here in May and
Mhm.
basically give you the whole deal about this series right here, what it is, what it's about, and so I just figured this time around, 2 things would happen.
Yeah.
Number 1, we get Brandon Howe on here,
Mhm.
which I thought
Yeah,
was the first
Brandon.
we thought would be the first American. Is not, because you told me second American on here.
Second
because the
American.
first guy who was ever on the Soundoff was the first American.
Yeah.
But you got the first West Virginian, first Mountaineer on there for sure. There's probably a few more watching right now. And besides that, I don't know what else. Well, you got you got a few other people on there. Curtis is on for the first time ever.
Yeah,
He was
you
gonna be
betcha.
on for a bit, and he's been on 2 episodes so far. All we are, got Rusty on there, another opportunity. She's been on here a bunch of times, and then we just did a great version of Chase is Better Than a Catch, for sure. We did that there. Another excuse to get Joe back on, Ronnie, Rusty, et cetera, and these are familiar faces you've seen throughout last year's season, which,
Mhm.
well, I would say, absolutely best year yet in terms of quality, in terms of viewership, in terms of a lot of things. It's unfortunate that Holly Davidson couldn't make it tonight because she gave us an absolute smash. The most viewed episode of period. 14K and counting. We still got the same Atlanta Miles.
She
Unbelievable.
also smashed it on New Year's when we watched her.
Yes, absolutely did. And so much so that I'd show my appreciation the next time that we did by leaving her outside my back door in the cold when she came over to record, right? So the Hide Your Heart, the thing with Kiss. So and this was supposed to see it, but the Kiss cruise didn't work out. Okay, that's a whole other story. I'll let Brandon talk about if he didn't already. So I'm sitting up at like just before 2:00 at my house, like November, October, whatever it is.
It was cold enough, and she was calling me, and she's like, "Do you have Matt's number? Because I'm standing outside freezing of his house, and he's not answering the door."
No, wait, let's be specific on the language. Help, I'm dressed like a whore. Could you just come and help? I don't know what to do. He's not answering. Anything
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
trying to be nice. Come on.
Okay, yeah. Well, just go look at the Hide Your Heart video and judge for yourself. I'm not saying anything
Wait a
else
minute.
more about it.
She
Wait a
wasn't,
minute.
she wasn't dressed
Wait a
like,
second.
she
What up?
wasn't dressed like a whore.
I'm saying her words, not me.
I
Brandon,
Say that.
Brandon, look at
This
him.
is
He's
wild.
dressed like a whore.
How so?
Because you showed up late to your own podcast.
Okay.
Touche.
Stop
So I
playing
just
with me
pulled
now.
up the video.
Stop playing with me now.
She looks fine.
No, okay. Okay, let's do that. So
It
besides
wasn't that. It was the fact that it was cold out that day, like really cold, and she didn't have like a winter coat. She just had like a leather coat on. And she was freezing, and Matt did not answer his door. And she's like, "What do I do? Josh left. I'm outside. I'm freezing. I can't get a hold of him." And I was like, I don't know. Like, keep calling. Here's his number.
Okay. So how about this? So I can transfer speaking responsibilities away for 1 second because he's too quiet. The man on top of me right here. Just right there. How about that? Chase is better than the catch. That was your idea. But actually, both the episodes you were on your idea, but you had that in mind for a while, and we got that done, and it was great. How about that?
Yeah, that was awesome. What about it?
I don't know. I just wanted to get you to talk, Kurt, because I hadn't heard you in a minute. So,
He'll deliver.
So Matt, to get you up to speed here, we talked about Rusty's 2 appearances. That was my introduction to Rusty. I didn't know who she was at the time. That was my introduction. And we talked. I mentioned Curtis about the Motorhead song. Then I realized that I've seen Curtis on there before that too with Rusty. Brandon did an introduction. We discovered that. Unless I know his exact address and the other person's exact address, it's probably about a 20-kilometer difference to Winnipeg. And
Wow,
kinda
that's
where we're
close.
at. Yeah.
20
That's kinda where
kilometer
we're at
difference.
now.
20-kilometer difference from where he lives to Winnipeg?
No. From us to him and me to the other girl. I just Google mapped the like center of these 2 cities. So
Okay.
Okay.
and that's where we kind of came. I came out with about 20 kilometers. So I mean,
Okay.
depending where he lives.
First off, he does not speak kilometer speak. Okay?
No, that's true.
Translate that to miles.
About 11
I was about
Freedom units. He speaks freedom units.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. What the fuck is a mile? What the fuck is a kilometer? Whatever it is. When I was about at Proctor, and you know where that is. When I was heading down the 2, I was about 10 minutes away. He calls
Oh my
me
God.
when I'm driving down there. Said, "Are you just about there?" I said, "Yes, almost." My navigation says about 20 kilometers away. And I'm just going like, I don't know what he's talking about kilometers, any of this stuff. But that was the navigation I had on. The car
Yep.
that I was in was American. So it gave me about, let's say, that part gave me miles, but the other part was kilometers, et cetera, et cetera. And anybody who might be interested in finding out the difference between kilometers and miles and seeing how much reach that we have in Brandon's region is free to join me again next summer. I've already discussed this with a couple of people who may be on this call. They said undecided at the moment, but I know Jen is going for sure. So that is happening, and I am confirming, if I didn't already, that I will be returning this next August. But where else are we going with that? Like, give me a question. I don't know. I'm just starting to ramble a little bit here.
Well, I mean, I want to know kind of what we talked in depth about this. What is the future of collab season? You're on episode 79? Did we figure it out? 79, 80?
80.
We're on 80. Are you gonna get to 160? Are you gonna keep driving this thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, well, it's just going to keep growing and growing. Like, really, we've collected a lot of accolades along the way, and it's just really just sort of turned into just a vehicle for a lot of things. Like, I'm going to give you just the main reason why you didn't see an episode at the end of the year wasn't just because of the busyness. We picked up a little special assignment. So let me take you back. Monkey business, Skid Row. Brandon, me, Kevin Hogg.
Are you allowed to talk about this? Are you allowed to talk about this?
Yes, I'm going to talk about it right now.
You're allowed to, though?
Yes, because I said so. That's right. My show, my series, right? So we're waiting on the outcome of this. So fantastic episode. We put that together. This was Kevin's idea, and I invited him to come up here. I guess he's busy or something. I don't know. I got left unread. But so basically, after we had done the last one that we did, well, actually, this was a while after, but about a year and a bit ago, before that, actually, like June of 2024, even, like when Arsonists were playing the X, he hits me up with the idea, can we do this next one here, Skid Row, because I want to audition for Skid Row. So that sat for a little while because Arsonists were so busy and everything else, et cetera, et cetera. And then he hits me again, like November, right after his birthday. Hey, thanks for the birthday shout out. Can we get this rolling? I said, certainly, right? And soon after, Brandon and I said about our tracks, and eventually we get all that done. We get the stuff from Kevin. He shoots the video, has Jay shooting the video out in the Coachella Valley where he lives now. We put that together, release it. 6,000 Facebook views later, just as of recently. And All She Wrote, the one we did before that, and that's another story there I might have spoken about, was CJ Snare messaged Brandon personally that he can speak on that. But 6,000 views later on this particular episode, boom, awesome, right? Great hit. But did it achieve the result that it wanted? In the meantime, he got a gig with Brittany Fox. He told me just the other day that he's going to be doing a couple shows in Florida with them, if you know who Brittany Fox is.
Nice.
Usually successful band in the 80s. So then on the day of the last show that we did of the year, you and you over there, Evil Peace, I'm assuming that's Mike, Dustin, whoever that is. Hello, good to see you. So basically, on the day of that last show on December 20th, I get a message. And he says, it's a screenshot from his account. Dave Snake Sabo, guitarist of Skid Row, watched it, liked it. Turns out a family member of his saw it, got a hold of that, and then basically he showed it to him, liked what he saw. Reached out to Kevin and said, I want you to audition for Skid Row. He got the intended result he wanted. And now Brandon and I are on a special mission. And I think Brandon's just got to order strings right now, but I've put the tracks in the drum tracks in. We got this in motion. So we are doing a bed track of I Remember You, just to switch it up and more on the ballad side, because you saw more of the rock side there, just to do some stuff like that. And then he's going to do 2 other tracks in his own besides the bed track. We're giving him to do raw vocals over as a submission to audition for Skid Row. So that's what we've been doing, and we are doing right now to really get things rolling. And then I'm in hell month right now with gigs, but we might be able to squeeze one that we've been working out for that. But in February, we both got a lot of time, so you can expect to see a few more things coming out afterwards.
I'm currently working on one for another episode. So
awesome.
get on my third. Yeah.
Was that Joe?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, yep. And you know the one.
I know the one.
You're
awesome.
We are.
And believe, I'm not going to give any details on that, but this is going to be this going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one in terms of, well, you're not going to believe what's coming when this finally lands. Joel, you're going to be like, what? I swear to God, a lot of people are, but
unreal,
big time. Oh yeah, unreal. It's going to be more than unreal. Believe me that.
Ronnie, I haven't really heard from you here. Tell me about your experience with this, and I know when Matt went down to West Virginia, you got a FaceTime call with these two.
Live at Choo Choo's.
Yeah, live at Choo Choo's. Yeah, it was pretty cool to see them together there on the FaceTime call. Yeah, no, it's been great. I've been on 2 times. The first one I did was Suicide Messiah by Black Label Society. We did that one with
Great
Matt
song.
Matt as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was just a lot of fun. It was really cool to like see how the whole process comes together. Like Matt, I always got to give you a shout out, man. Like you're so organized and like so on top of promoting. Like I love how you have the schedule of promotion from when you're releasing the episodes and stuff. Like super like you can take a lot of like notes from that as a band on how you promote, which is great. And then of course when we did the Molly Hatchet cover there, like just to share some ripping guitars with Brandon, like that was a real treat. Like just phenomenal time there.
That was pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, it was fun. And before I end there, I do have to give a shout out to Holly, because I did play in a band with her for like almost a year. And like she's the most viewed video that you've got now. Like the Atlanta Mock song.
Well, all she wrote just got to 8K, and that just still got this thing. Blew past that, and now it's at 14K plus.
Yeah, I gotta give Holly a shout out. She's the most amazing singer I've ever heard in my entire life. Like I would say, like it's just phenomenal. So that's so cool to see that milestone that you guys reached together there. Congrats.
Yeah, very much appreciated, and yes, likewise to Holly. And we already have something else planned with her. I think Brandon suggested we go back to the 80s Kiss Well with her. We'll see how that goes. And speaking of the 80s, somebody else up in the top right corner, we might have we got another one planned. She's been asking about us, but I just explained why things have been delayed in part. But we got something else. We got something else for her lined up.
Yeah, she gets
the hell out of here in Mexico in a month, and we're gonna have to wait till after, because fuck everybody. She needs her son. That's
with everybody that's on this call, with everybody that's on this podcast. We should do something all together for the 100th.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't know when the 100th's going to be. I don't know if it'll be this year, but if we do make it to that, perhaps. But when that is, whatever, man. Whenever.
I just had an idea.
Go ahead.
You remember when Ronnie James Dio did that?
That's
thing?
exactly what I was going to suggest.
Is that
we have to do all the solos?
Oh, what? Stars Hearing Aid?
Yes.
They already did that in Winnipeg. A crazy name. Look it up. Okay. Guess we're going to update it or something. I don't know.
Update it with the guitar army that's sitting in here.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
I mean,
this is Mr.
Yeah, that is quite the guitar army right there.
Yes, just that. The top 3, and then the one above that, and I guess the guy over there on the left. I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
One time we got to make sure. We got to make sure that we update that there. So yeah, that's a whole lot of strings on one call.
Who the hell's going to play bass?
A lot of strings. That's a lot of vocals.
Oh yeah.
On one call.
Luckily, you and I have different things than they do.
What you mean by that? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! You drove and I sing.
Well, let's put it that way.
Oh my god!
All right.
Unreal.
You know what? Connor Jackson gets roasted too much. Maybe it's.
Oh my god! Yeah, it is. It's up to you. All right, guys. I will catch you all later. Congratulations on Collabo season on episode 80, Matt. I will see you in 20. I'll see you in half an hour.
Okay.
Bye, Joe.
Got practice.
Thanks for having me on. Love to meet you.
Yep. Talk to you soon.
You bet.
Thanks, Curtis. We'll have you back on.
You bet.
Yes. Okay, and
then there were 4.
4?
Figuring out how to leave right
Who
now.
else is leaving? Oh, bye, Curtis.
Yeah.
Curtis.
Everybody's leaving?
Yeah. So back to Ronnie's things. Just a couple of insights, then maybe Brandon can give part of his insight into the recording process of how some of these came about.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
I remember, yeah, that was cool making that first one, that Suicide Messiah, and then literally like 3 days after Charlotte was born.
Yeah.
Because you were like, well, Erica's pregnant. I don't know when it's going to happen. I said, well, let's just go ahead and do it anyway. We delayed a couple of days, and I see him in the hospital. Like, oh shit, that was close. We know we're not going to hear from him for a bit, and then after a while, he's doing what he's doing. And like, because I was trying to get him on board with this fellow right here. I was trying to get him on board with Brandon. From that point up until like 2024, 2025, didn't happen because okay, you had the kid. Then he's got to come back from daddy leave and get back into the grind, and then all of a sudden, okay, now he takes the Holly Davidson gig. Now, just like Brandon had with Tammy Joe and Iron Horse, pretty much gigs every weekend. Both of you guys can relate to that. It's just like after a while, like, damn, man, it's just too much, respectfully, right?
Yeah.
So you just had to do what you had to do for a little bit, and then like right at the end of 2024, I hit you up. I got an idea. You finally want to do this, you and Brandon. Let's go. Let's put this together. Yep, let's do it. So I'm not going to say I brought you out of retirement. You did that on your own. But, you know, it was a great episode. I was just playing it in the car the other day, just smoking, man, pretty much. That Flirting Disaster, I think that might be the most viewed on YouTube. It's about 753 views, something like that right now.
That's sick.
Excellent stuff. And you had people saying, this is better than the actual Molly Hatchet that they have right now. It's a shell of itself. It's a farce at the moment, according to some people.
It's the Bobby Ingram experience. Let's just call it what it is.
Bobby Ingram experience. Well,
yeah. I mean, you're doing such a great job with everything, and you know, just it's always exciting when you know you build a lot of hype into it too.
Yeah,
you don't just drop it. Usually, you have some teasers going along with it, and whenever there's something new, it's always exciting to see what's coming. And I mean, you never know what song you're gonna get, and that's the beauty of it, right?
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing that we certainly attempt to do is not go for the ones that are necessarily the most predictable. It's just like deep cuts, B-sides, something like that, but not too obscure where you're not going to know like where this is. We're not playing like covers in the Lovers set list or anything like that. Like
hey.
that enabled me to screw up on that first gig a couple of times because who the hell was expecting Devo and Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs and shit like that?
Say what?
Exactly.
But you still did it well.
Yes, I did ultimately, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of promo that goes into it, just like you said, any show, right?
Yep.
So I have, and this is partially a plug. Again, see how this happens? Okay. I have a Facebook group called Collabo Season Community. If you haven't joined it, definitely join it yet. You'll get all the updates on that. I have an Instagram broadcast channel with the same name. Just go to my Instagram and you'll see like the first thing right by my Threads handle. It's Collabo Season Community. You can join either one of those places and you'll see little updates whenever they come in. So there's that. And yeah, I'll just, when people come over to record, and I just got a 2i2 for Christmas, so that can certainly help some endeavors with my own endeavors and people coming over if they don't have the gear. So there's that. And then, of course, I have my own gear to just record drums and all have you. And I just post up, okay, such and such is here. What could be happening? And then, okay, here's who's on the track. Here's the artist. Take your guesses. Teaser, out. It's a solid system, and it's just proven well, and the viewership has been the best that it's ever been this past year. I'm talking about like not a single one under 100. When I started this, I was lucky. I was happy to get like 300 views, and now it's the average. Like if I'm not hitting at least 1K, I'm disappointed. I had one that was about 1.5K, about three that were like 3 something K, then 2 that were like 6 something thousand. In Flirting with Disaster was one of them. And I'm just going off of Facebook views because that's the biggest one. Sometimes Instagram is more, but it's, it just depends, right? And then 6,000, I'd say, oh yeah, for Monkey Business, like I said. And then the big one was Still Got This Thing for You. So that's basically the dealio right there. And then we did Loud Child as well with Rusty. Probably could have waited a week because like the thing was, here's a little tidbit, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. So when you and I, when we did Sleeping Sickness, right?
Mhm.
So if anyone would recall, the first time that Rusty was ever on the Sound Off,
Mhm.
she said, because you asked her what was the one song she would love to cover. She said, you know what? Probably Sleeping Sickness, City of Color. And a little while after, I hit him up and said, well, you know what? Why don't you and Eric come over? Because I thought Eric could do like the Gord Downey type of thing. And let's get this prepared for her and set it up as a surprise and let her come do it. And then when it came time for it, so I filmed my part in the No Such Thing as Love, Lovers thing. The next day, everything's totally fine. I would come over the next day and she just like got sick or something, just totally lost her voice. So unfortunately, she could not make that one. But
I know that so breaks my heart.
okay, well, maybe we'll circle back to Sitting in Color sometime next year. We'll see how that goes. But then I go get my new dog a little later on. The day I come back, Gracie, the day after I come back, she comes in the door to record. We did a Wild Child Wasp. Still hadn't totally recovered yet, but still did her thing nonetheless. And that's why we're on the redemption tour with this next one of the 80s. Just circling back to that in 2026. We're going to get that done. I don't know if you ever noticed this. And I don't know if you ever noticed this. We're finally switching up the key because every song that you've done on Collab Season has been an F. Every single one has been in the same key. So we got to switch that part up. And we are switching it up.
We are. It's going to be good. It's going to be fucking great.
It's somebody Brandon saw in Pittsburgh recently, a little while ago. The other person at the same venue was Jared James Nichols, who, by the way, is one of many who knows about our work. And I work along in McQuaid, and every time I pass by the Gold Glory sitting on the wall over there, I think he knows. He knows us, and he's met Brandon before, and he knows. Yes, indeed. You see that right there? Blues Power Motherfucker. We keep sharing it in the BPMF group, and yep, he's aware of our work.
Super cool guy to meet. I mean, super cool guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
We were front row. I was right in front of him. Got my head ripped off by his guitar. It was amazing. And then
so cool.
What put the icing on the cake was, so you got to understand what this venue's like. It's called Jurgles Rhythm Grill. So it's kind of like a House of Blues, but smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a double decker. It's got two floors. And if you get early entry, you're guaranteed a seat. So they have seating over here. They have a bar over there. They have a cigar bar in the back. So anybody that wants to smoke cigars, they have that. They have luxury upstairs where you can go up and do things. Well, it's a balcony all around the whole top. And they got PA in the upper part, and they got PA down below, and there's the stage. So we're there, and we go in. I'm with one of my guitar students. Shout out, Robbie. I know you're not watching, but hi.
We jammed with him when he was down there.
Yeah, Robbie came out and jammed with us. And we got there to the venue, and if you didn't get early entry, it's all general admission. So you go in, and then there's the stage, the huge floor. So I'm sitting there, and I'm standing there, and I look, and I go, I'm just going to walk right up to the front of the daggone stage and just stand there.
Mm-hmm.
So I go right up, right in front where Jared's gear is, right up front, and I went. And I stood there, was front row. And it was so cool. He comes out on stage, and it's like looking at a giant. The guy's like 6'6". He's huge. And I look up, and we're watching him play. His band is feet from me. I literally could have reached up and strummed his guitar. It was just sick. Well, then he plays. Then that was the encore of the show. It was the last song they played, and they did the best cover of War Pigs I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Then during the guitar lead, he walks over to the edge of the stage and goes like this and points, and the crowd parts like the Red Sea, and he jumps off the stage and is playing guitar in the crowd.
Great moments.
Yeah. It was cool, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is really cool. He's like, now he's like inches from me. So I'm like, yeah, this is cool. He jumps back up on stage, finishes the set. He tells everybody, he says, hey guys, we're done. We're going to get everything switched over here. I got a merch table in the back before Michael Schenker comes on. If y'all want to come back and say hi, I'll be back there. We'll hang out, have a beer, whatever. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to go back there and meet Jared James Nichols. I'm not going to lollygag. So I met this girl lady, I should say, at the show. Her name's Robin. Hi, Robin. Shout out to Robin. She's a friend of mine on Facebook. And she says, we're going to go meet Jared James Nichols. I said, yeah, we are. So here's me, her, and Robbie going through the crowd. And we go back, and we're the first 3 people in line to wait for Jared to come out to meet everybody. So he comes out, and there's a line wrapped around the way Jurgles is, wrapped around the sound booth where the sound guys are, wrapped completely around and dang near out the door to meet Jared. And Schenker came on in 15 minutes flat between Jared. So we're sitting there, and he comes out, and he starts talking to everybody. And I bought that hat, and I have one of his Gold Glory Les Pauls. If you've watched any of the collabo season stuff, which everybody here has, you've seen that guitar. It's been recorded a lot. Well, I took the back plate off, the cavity cover off the back, and I had it in my cargo pocket of my cargo shorts. And I was talking with Jared there, and I shook hands with him. I thought, I got big hands. That guy grabbed a hold of my hand, and I didn't have one. So he starts talking with me, and we're shooting the bull, and my buddy Birdman Steve, shout out to Birdman Steve. He saw him 2 nights before in Fort Myers, Florida. And I said, you met my buddy Birdman Steve at Fort Myers. He said, yeah. He said, that was a cool hang. He said, we got to hang out for a little bit. But anyway, I didn't get to talk to him about the collabo season stuff, but because there was a whole line of people. We had to get back to where we were to see Michael Schenker. But he has watched the collabo season and has been very vocal in the talking and in his group that he has on Facebook, and he's always engaging with the fans, and he's super cool. Well, I pulled that plate out, and I went to and I handed it to him. He goes, "You want me to sign that for you?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, before he even started signing, he goes, "Oh, this is one of the plates off my guitars."
It's automatically new.
Before I could even get it out, it was one of his guitars.
Unreal.
So
that's so cool
for me. And then I got a picture with him. Robbie got a picture with him. And then we went back up front to go watch Michael Schenker.
Yeah. So while you're there, Brandon, so maybe you could give, unless you did while I was still slumbering, unless you did, perhaps give some of the insight of creating some of these episodes from your perspective and some of the moments that we've had over the years, like doing the Flirting with Disaster with Ronnie or working with Rusty and putting these things together, and just how we just really make sure that we have all the details, and then stuff like CJ Snare DMing you out of the blue after all she wrote, stuff like that. If you want to speak on that a little bit, go ahead.
Yeah, I talked about that right before you got on about
of course you did.
CJ Snare incident. So no, it was so intuitive most people would think that it's crazy, the lengths that we go to ensure that the material that we put out as close to the record as possible.
Right.
Yeah. And Ronnie will tell you this, that he and I were going back and forth trying to get I was talking with him about, well, Hatchet used these amps and they used this and they used this. And then we actually I found this little trick I was reading, helps whenever you read. And, Ronnie will tell you this. I've told him about a trick that Molly Hatchet did in the studio to make it sound like you double tracked your guitar lead, but you didn't.
What?
You put a short. This is just nerd stuff, but we went to that length to where the guitar leads sound like they're double, but they're not.
If I remember correctly, it was like putting a little bit of chorus or flange on it, or
The chorus. It was a slight chorus and a very short.
Right,
delay.
that's right. Yes, yeah.
Because with that, it made it sound like you doubled your guitar because the chorus detuned it.
Yeah.
And Ronnie was like,
Oh, that blew my mind.
Like, wow.
It blew my mind. That was so sick.
It's so cool.
I didn't know, but I was telling Matt, I said, I'm not really liking the guitar sound that I got on this before Ronnie tracked his, because Matt's like, well, how I said, I don't think I can recreate this guitar tone on this song. And he goes, well, how are you going to do it? And I said, well, considering they use amplifiers that aren't made anymore, I said, but I can make a phone call and probably get the amp that they had. So I made a phone call to, he's been on Collabo season before. He's been on 2 episodes. I made a phone call to the bassist in Tammy Joe and Iron Horse, Larry Truax, who, if you go to his house, well, other house, the rehearsal house, as Matt knows, that's called Hell House. That looks like a PV museum. PV amplifiers to the ceiling. You walk into the first room in the house and it's PV amps to the ceiling. And it's like, he's got like every freaking PV amp you could want in mint condition. And I'm like, I called him. I was like, do you have a PV mace? He goes, no, I don't have a mace. I said, you got a deuce? No, don't have a deuce. That's the only 2 I don't have. I got everything else except for that's ever been made. And I'm like, I'm a genius. I can't. Oh, thank you, Jen. I won't let my head get too big.
Yeah. Okay.
But I got to thinking, and Larry was giving me insight on. He said, "Well, if you use this and you use this, you should be able to get that sound." And I was like, So I got to thinking. I looked up the stuff, and I went, now I know how I'm going to get it. So the way that they made those the way that they did those old recordings was just insane, because they would run the regular PVs, the PV Mace heads, and 38 Special did this too. They ran PV Mace heads into the 15 extension bass cabinets with Black Widow speakers. That's how they got the sound.
Amazing.
But I cheated. So I was able to cheat a little bit. Thank you, Impulse Responses. I was able to cheat a little bit, and we made it happen. And between my guitar sound and Ronnie's guitar sound, it sounded as close to the album as we could physically make it.
That's been a very popular episode, like I said.
Yeah,
very popular episode. It's so you got a PV museum in Moundsville, and there's also there's a KISS museum in Wheeling or Elm Grove as well.
Yes.
Dr. Dick. Let's speak to Dr. Dick and about that part.
Say what now?
No, just talking about.
I gotta go. You guys, love you.
Okay, see you.
See you, Ronnie. Or Ronnie.
Yeah.
No, it's Rusty. It's Rusty, not Ronnie.
This one up here.
Rusty, not Ronnie.
Rusty, before you go, I will see you next Saturday night for Girls' Night Out.
You betcha, I'll be there.
Definitely go see that. If you're in Winnipeg, and if you're in Brandon, come see us, because that's where I'm going to be.
That's right. You're in Brandon.
Too far, Matt. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, before Rusty goes, I have to say this. Before Rusty goes, the first time that Rusty was ever on a Collabo season episode, when she did Metal Queen, I was showing my dad the episode, and he goes, who's that girl? And I said, that's Rusty. He goes, Rusty? I said, yeah, Rusty Shackelford. And he looks at me and he goes, you mean like King of the Hill, Rusty Shackelford?
Yes.
What? My dad's like, my dad goes, yeah. He said Dale Gribble, or not, or yeah, Dale goes, yeah, Dale Gribble goes, Rusty, Shepard, Rusty. And I sent her the video of that, and she's like, that is so cool.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
You know what he probably said too? Man, that vocal chat about hotter than a fresh buck box and forest fire. I'll tell you about that. I was doing my best little man howl impression.
There you go.
We were out there shooting. Like, man, I'm about done with this shit house.
Oh my God. Okay. And with that, Rusty is out.
That's
yes,
it.
Joel, I will see you for the girls' night out. And yeah, stay tuned for our next collab.
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Yeah.
talk to you guys later.
I can only say adios.
Love ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
I do have to take off as well right away.
All right,
No
Ronnie.
problem.
All right, good to see you guys. What a great episode. Congrats on everything, Matt and Brandon. Like, you guys are killing it.
Thank you.
Good to see you again, Joel. Thank you for having me on. And
Yeah, you bet. You're not done this year. You're coming back on.
We got plans. We got plans.
We got plans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming a little later on. You will know about it.
Oh, yeah.
The same place Booters happening this weekend. You'll know, but it's later on this year. You'll be notified.
There we go. Perfect. All right, Ronnie. We'll talk to you later.
Peace out. All right, bye.
Okay, so
shall we talk about the Kiss Cruise?
Well, Kiss Cruise, number one. I was just gonna say Dr. Dick when I went out there. So a part of the big reason that I mentioned this before, so we had a lot of people watching Dave Snake Sabo, Tad Nugent, CJ Snare, Jared, a bunch of people for like the best of the best have watched these episodes. And the big reason a lot of people from Kiss have watched it, and there's an autographed snare drum in Dr. Dick's house, along with a bunch of authentic Kiss merchandise that he's collected over the years from the guys themselves, with Brandon and I's names on it. Like I said, the big reason why is because Dr. Dick and Dr. Love, what a match, right? Dr. Dick is he's Brandon's doctor, right? And so he somehow, I don't know how, but he does, has connections to Kiss. And so through that, he was able to get our episodes viewed by at least one, maybe two of the guys for sure. And when we did Hide Your Heart with Holly, which was the last episode of the year, that was basically, he did that in turn so we could show for the Kiss Cruise, because it was originally written by Paul Stanley and Desmond Child, given to Bonnie Tyler, and then Kiss did their version of Hot in the Shade in 1989. So that's why we want to get Holly on there and put it out in time. I don't think we were able to show that, but Kiss Cruise, whatever. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, the whole plan was to get it out before we went on the cruise. And the thing is, when you go on a Kiss cruise, you're kind of at the well, first of all, there was no cruise ship. This was just landlocked in Vegas. They had it for 3 days at the Virgin Hotel, which at one time was called the Hard Rock. So it's the Virgin. So the whole plan was, Matt and I had discussed this, and we had this all planned out. Well, when you're on a Kiss event for a cruise, schedules are subject to change.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to hang out with Gene Simmons, and that didn't come to fruition. There was a possibility that, anything can happen on a Kiss cruise. Anything's bound to happen on a Kiss cruise, and does, which I've absolutely loved every minute of it. You run into very famous people. Just to name a few.
Fair.
I ran into, if you guys I know Matt's familiar with him, but comedian Craig Gass. Ran into him. PJ Farley, talked with him for a few minutes. From the bassist for Trickster. Ran into Steve Brown of Trickster, lead guitarist. Talked with a couple of seconds there in the lobby. Very, very
Thayer.
nice.
Tommy Thayer.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
That was the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But, ran into Tommy 3 times before we were actually scheduled to have our time with him. Ran into him in the lobby of where we were staying. Had his bodyguard was with him, and he saw Dr. Dick and I. He's like, "Hey guys," and come over. We were talking, and good to see you, and this, that, and the other. And we left and went up to our room and did what we had to do. We got there 2 days early. But anyway, let's see. Rudy Sarzo was there from Quiet Riot, Ozzy Osborne. He was at breakfast. Didn't bother anybody at breakfast. Just was like, holy crap, there's Rudy Sarzo. Or holy crap, there's. I was feet from Patrick Young from Black and Blue, and in the same line getting food with Jimmy DeAnda from the Bullet Boys.
Yeah,
which
I was in the same line getting drinks with what's his name, Mark LaBelle, and that's another story. That's another guy I forgot. That's the only guy that so far that is, well, let's not say that because of what you're describing. We've seen an episode in person for sure. I showed the first cover that Kevin was on, California Dreamin'.
Yes.
Dirty Honey came to town, and I showed Mark LaBelle personally the video. I handed him my phone. He took a look at this, took it over to the table with the rest of the band. He's like, hey, take a look at this right here. So he saw that. I know for sure that he did.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one, too.
But so, what was really cool about the whole thing, I ran into other people. Scott Coogan from Ace Frehley's band, rest in peace, Ace. Which there'll be there might be something in the works in 2026 to give Ace his flowers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ran into Jeremy Asbrock, the lead guitar, one of the other guitar player in Ace's band. Super nice guy. We were actually in line getting pizza at midnight.
Right.
But the coolest thing that happened on the cruise was they were supposed to have they were doing artist meet and greets, and then they changed it. But the artist meet and greets that they did on the cruise was this: they had it up in the skybox, and it was this long table. And basically, you're ushered through, and the guys look up at you, and they sign something for you, and that's about what it is. But it wasn't Kiss; it was everybody else that was on the cruise. Everybody else that was playing. Mm-hmm. So, fellow Canadian guy that was there, one of your fellow Canadians that was there was Chris Jericho.
I think. Well, there was a fellow Winnipegger that was there, wasn't he, or no?
No.
And another fellow Canadian. Fitz and Dammit, weren't they there?
Yes. But I did not see hide nor hair of them at all.
I saw Took on New Year's, so I've seen him recently.
So, but I didn't see Todd. I was hoping to catch. I did now. I was hoping I'd catch him in the lobby, but I didn't catch him. But it was cool. Kiss Cruise, the ultimate thing. You never know who you're going to run into. And then Sunday, we had a thing scheduled with Tommy Thayer, and we went up and had a private meet and greet with Tommy, and we were up there for like 45 minutes, just us and him, no bodyguard, no nothing, just sitting on the couch shooting the breeze, and it was really cool.
That's awesome. So
speaking of meet and greets, and maybe we can wrap things up here, or if you want to keep going, that's fine. But I do have an arsonist practice. Mm-hmm. That's where Joe had to get to. So the perspective, like I did the episode when I came back from going and visiting him, right? So how about the perspective and insight? And we will be repeating this when I go there again. Now, I also have records over First City Records. I don't think we're doing an event there necessarily, but they are available to anybody watching. But Kraken Records, when we did the meet and greet there, from your side of things, how is that going? And just like the base that we have out here, because my whole thing was just coming out there, middle of the week. It's a little mom and pop record store. We moved, signing a bunch of arsonist records out the store, shooting the breeze with people. That was all cool. And if we have it on like the end of the week, it's going to be, I would assume even better in terms of attendance. But what do you got to say in terms of that whole event and live streaming too?
I thought it went very well. The people that there were a lot more people that would have came out had it not been in the middle of the week. and hung out. But other than that, you know, I thought that it was a great success, and everybody came out and had a good time. You know, people brought their kids, and it was cool. Got to take pictures of people, and I know my cousin's husband came, and he was tickled to death to get to meet Matt. He's been a faithful watcher of the show for years.
Yeah. Then Scott Bowers, we visited his house in Payton City, which is right around the corner from your childhood home. I think the next day, because we went down there to visit your grandma. So he's from Payton City originally. If you look on a map, there's New Martinsville. It's like right along the state line of Ohio across the river. And just down the road from New Martinsville is Payton City. And then there's Sistersville, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And then just 30 minutes up from where Brandon lives right now is Glendale, where Brad Paisley is from. Yeah. Funnily enough. So, and you'll know that when you drive down there, coincidentally. And he was here recently on the Truck Still Works tour or whatever. But yeah, it was that was cool. Payton City, all these guys, man. And then we had the jam with Tammy and what's your cousin's name? Jamie. Yep. I believe the day after that. Mm-hmm. And I remember you were chiming in. They play Valley Narrow, all this stuff. And I had just played it right before we left. So there's that whole deal. We went out for like 3 hours, touched 2 states, probably West Virginia, Ohio, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, all in one foul sweep.
That was a
great time.
And that's why I want to get more of these guys down here, at least the ones that play music that have been on. Because I know I got a few guys. I know Jen's going for sure. I got a few others that are just sort of undecided at the moment, but I really hope I can get them in because the whole crux of this whole trip and everything is collab season, and I want to get a little more jamming and just share the wealth and share the experience of all this stuff that we're talking about and make some more connections. You know, wouldn't be quite the same, but you know, if it is just me and Jen, I mean that'd be cool too. Either way it goes, I'm going to be going back, and then. A lot of people have been asking about bringing him up here one time. I don't know how in the cards that is, but if I can make it work, I'll make it work. We'll just see how it goes, you know. So
that was going to be my last question of the night. Was we talk about you going down there, but Brandon, when are you coming here?
I think it would be fun, just as long as it's not in the middle of freaking winter.
Oh yeah, we'll make sure of that. Yeah, we'll make sure of that. We had it. No, no, buddy, because like. We were discussing this a little while ago. See, he has hills and mountains and all types of elevation where he lives. Out here, it's just flat. There's nothing out there. He dog run 100 miles. Nothing to block the cold away. So you're just getting blasted in the face with it.
That's what I told him. He come down and we went out. We went out to Conway Lake the second day he was here. And I took him fishing. He goes, holy moly, he said, look at all these winding roads and these hills. This is great. He said, everything up in Winnipeg is flat. And I said, so essentially what you're saying is if your dog ran away, you could still see him running 3 days.
Well, with Alberta.
Yeah, exactly. Brandon, we'll have to have you up here for Summerfest 3.
Yeah, that was
Summerfest 3. Okay,
yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
There you go.
I will say this: it's been an absolute pleasure being on the Pegcity Soundoff, and I definitely would love to be. And if you have me again, I'd love to be on there again.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been making my calendar. I got the first couple of months blocked out now, so I mean things are moving. It's gonna be a busy year. There's lots of big things going on, but I'd love to have you back on here, and we'll maybe we'll get you back on, and we'll. Maybe another idea would be to bring in some other people who have been on collab season as well.
You know, that's kind of what we just did, but well, you mean other ones?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, bring more people. Let's get Kevin on here.
Yeah, I'll try to. I don't know. Maybe one of these times. We'll see. You got the contact, so
absolutely, guys. Matt, I know you got to get a practice. Great chatting with you guys. Thanks to Rusty, Joe, and Ronnie, and Curtis coming on tonight too. Brandon, of course. Matt's playing you off here.
We're getting a copyright strike all the way out of here. Let's go.
Thanks for exactly. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, as long as you're wearing that hat, it ain't gonna be no copyright strike.
Oh no, hell no. It looks just like the song. I could have played Sweet Caroline, but you know, whatever. That's if you know, you know. You got to know the war of the state right there. I'll tell you about
There
that.
you go.
I told you about that already, but
yeah. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks for the kind words. Awesome, guys. Thanks. We crossed the hour mark. Good job.
yes, sorry for coming here and loading for Bear. I was just like, damn, man, I fell asleep to my own thing.
All
But
good.
I'm here now.
All
We
good.
made up for it. I'm gonna watch the next 10 minutes after I get done with the practice. So the last
Do it.
first whatever it was.
Gotta give him some Jessica.
Yeah.
All right.
Huff an airplane glue in a sandwich
I
bag.
see. I was huffing airplane glue in a sandwich bag. At a point, I could have felt like I could have stood in front of a coal train and stopped it. Absolutely. And if you don't know the context of that clip, I said it on the first time when I came back from West Virginia. You gotta go watch the Dancing Outlaw. It's like the Trailer Park Boys, but it's American. Number one. And number two, you'll be amazed to think this has to be a character. And but the thing is, no, it's not a character, it's not a dream. This is an actual real person who is still alive to this day, miraculously.
And
Just go white. The wild and wonderful whites of West Virginia. Same thing.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for jumping on.
All right, I gotta go. See you.
We'll chat later. Thanks, Brad.